Welcome to Radio Fixer's channel. Subscribe for upcoming videos. I highly recommend checking out the previous episode where I covered several different methods for broadcasting digital video signals, like from an Amazon Fire Stick or Roku to vintage analog TVs. Whether you're connecting to the single classic TV or broadcasting to multiple units, that episode lays the groundwork. In this episode, we will dive into which TV antenna amplifier delivers the best performance. I will also discuss the analog TV transmitter and blonder tongue AM60550B, which is the commercial grade RF modulator, comparing both of them against the antenna single amplifier to see how they are stacking up. So stay tuned. I have listed the product I use in the notes section of this video. You can support this channel by shopping through the links below. When you purchase item using this Amazon link, a small commission goes to this channel at no extra cost to you. It is the simplest way to support the channel while getting the same great results I demonstrated in this video. Thank you for your support. Let's get started. I purchased this from Amazon as a home TV analog transmitter. It's a pretty small transmitter. It comes with antenna and the cord like this that you can use any type of 5 volts charger to here. It works, but I wasn't that happy with its performance. You know, the TV should be pretty close to here. It doesn't broadcast that far distance. Depends the TV that you're using. My portable Sony TV, it could pick up the signals all around the house, but each TV was performing differently. You know, some they perform okay, some they didn't perform pretty well with this unit. I guess because, you know, the antenna is so short and is not pretty powerful. And on my case was performing much better on UHF instead of VHF. The problem in my area, UHF is being used for cellular phones, TVs, those type of things. So finding the empty space that you can broadcast is pretty difficult on UHF. But on VHF, you know, I looked at it online and I can use several stations that is not being used in analog system anymore. So it goes right here on HDMI, all right, that can be hooked up to computer, you know, anything like that. But again, I want to use Roku or Amazon Fire Stick. Then here, this is the menu button. This is a plus and minus. You know, it didn't write it correctly. But it's a plus and minus. It means you can go up the channel or lower the channel. The settings are a little different. You know, what you see on the screen is not actually the channel that you want to watch TV. Some of my TV was channel 47, believe it or not. You know, that I had to set my TV to be able to see. It wasn't working in any other station or channel. It has here the RCA connection. You can use that if you like to. This is like a kit, like an AM transmitter type of kit. This is something like that for TV. I'm going to show you the performance of this on my TVs and you see how it's performing. Alright, I set this up. I'm going to use one analog black and white TV and hooked it up to Amazon. Put it this close to each other so you can see. It does not need to be this close to each other, okay? This is for just to be able to show you. This is the TV. I bought this years ago and it has a radio, AM, FM. The thing that I like about this, you actually can see inside a little bit. It's still working very well, so we're going to use this to test. I've got this remote, it's the Amazon remote, of course. Alright, I'm going to start the transmitter. Of course, here you say off and on. We're going to turn it on, of course. It comes on. This is the menu. You can change by pressing this and hold the little set. See, now you can change it from VHF to UHF. If you press it one more time. And this is for US version. You can change it to PAL. That's for European. And again, go to, this is for North America. If I press it again, so here actually I can set up the RF, can change it. But what you see here, that is not the station, not the TV station. Already they have some calculation online, which we're not going to go through this. You press here, and you can by up and down change it, you know, right? I'm going to put it in 4.6 because that's where my TV works on it. And the setting back here, you press this button all the way to H, you know, all the way to the right, which is, they call it H, you go all the way to right. And for K1, you press this all the way to right as well, because we are using HDMI, not RCA connection. All right, so very simple really. This is plus and minus up here. Again, we talk about the menu. So this is on. I'm going to turn on the TV. Of course, you know it takes a little time to come up. So what I have to do here, I have to figure out how to set this up so the TV can pick up. The problem with this, again, for each TV, it's just a setting a little different. That's why I wasn't crazy about this. I'm just changing the RF. It just gives you a few choices. If I go low, it gives you 8 options for RF. That's all, 8 options. So then what you have to come here and keep going. Let's see if it's going to pick up here or not. Again, that's why I didn't like this, because then you have to spend so much time for each of those 8 changes. You have to find out which one compatible with this. And this is as a UHF, VHF. So I already set it for UHF. Okay. All right, it's picking up. The issue with this is a lot of guessing game unless you have to do calculation, which, you know, I don't want to sit down here and try to figure that out. That's what I didn't like about this. It's hard to set it, and it's not performing as well as the other method that I'm going to show you. To create this video, is a brand new person can use the information. Okay, now let me go to the hobby. See, when I change the bottom number, it's not working as well. So you have to, that's why I set it in 4 point. I'm going to do my best. It's not performing very well. You see how the line goes up and down, and it's not a TV issue, just communication between these two. Maybe because they're so close to each other. The last number here is actually, you can set, I set it in 4.5. Setting at 4.5, then you can hear it. See, I'm changing the station on UHF. After 13, it doesn't matter where I am. You see, it's still. That's what I don't like about this. You see, if I go below 13, see, below 13 is not working. It's performing on 13. All right, let me turn this thing down. I'm using my phone to video this. You see, it shows okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. And this transmitter, of course, I set it very close to a TV, and they're performing okay in VHF. All right. So I'm going to set this up now to UHF. Let's see how I perform in UHF. This is very clear. So on UHF, when we set it right here, so you see that bar, it's close to 20, 22. Of course, the color TV is right here. The rest are black and white. They're all picking up. So for one reason or another, this TV is actually picking up the sound of different station, and that is a little weird. So that's what I was sharing with you. You know, the issue with this transmitter, you know, each TV are set in different channel, believe it or not. And that one has some issue, keep going up and down. Like this one, the color TV, I had to set it in channel 57 or so. You know, be able to pick up this station. Each of them, they're different. Let me show you. You see channel 58. So channel 58, you pick up in color TV. This one is older TV, is set for channel, I think channel 6. Those two are totally different channels. They're set for different channels. So that's the problem with this transmitter, you know, it depends of the TV. You have to set it in different station so you can actually watch the TV. You hear this one? You're picking up TV station. You can pick up the sound, but not the picture. That's amazing, isn't it? You hear that? That's the problem with that transmitter. Let's check the other one. This is an analog TV transmitter that I purchased. This is a very good brand. It's a model AM60-550B. And I will show you, you know, how to set up the channel. It's a pretty interesting unit. Of course, has a light that it shows when the power is on. From here, you can actually adjust the output. Right here has an adjustment with the screwdriver. And here you can turn it and pull it out. This comes out. This is how you can set up the pot. So if you continue here, here's the audio modulator. You know, if adjustment here, actually you can adjust this. The light comes on. There's another adjustment here. I need to figure that one out. There's one other adjustment here for video modulation that you can actually set this one up to. Right here for the adjustment. The only problem I have with this unit is too large. You know, it takes so much space. You see, this is about 19 inches wide, the front panel. Then here the unit itself is a little over 17.25. Now the depth of this, almost 14.5 inch. It's too large, you know, and I don't have that much space for this unit to be able just to set it up. This is a very good brand, especially this Model B. It's easy to set this up. You don't need any cord or anything like that. So this model, see, it has a last setting, and you don't need, as I mentioned, have a cord. Let me show you what my understanding is about this. Of course, we want to set this in the broadcast. You say UDD. U is up, D in the bottom. So the first switch is up. I set it on U. The other two, it should go down. The other two, they're down. The last one, it says offset, off. So I put that on off. I don't know what that one is, but turn it to off. Now here, I had to do some research and I watched a video at YouTube. I also put it in antique radio form, which they have a section for TV. People, they got back to me right away. They answered some of my question. This is my understanding. Here from channel 0 to 9, that is how you can set it. Okay, what that means, from here you see it says 1, 2, 4, 8. Let's just talk about this section where it says 0 to 9. If the switch 1, you see I put it up, and 2 is up, that means this is broadcasting on a channel 3. So this is when you put number 1 and 2 up, you add this together, that's going to be 3. So I set this in channel 3. Let's say I want to put this for channel 9. I'm going to set this, for 8 and 1, that's going to be 9. You see what I'm talking about? If you want to set it for channel 5, 1 and 4 going to be 5. So that's how you set it up. Now here, this section where it says 0 to 12, that means now anything now over 10, this is what you select. Let's say you want to set this in channel 11. So you use 1 goes up, right? And this one goes up. Everything else is going to be down. That's going to be 11. So see this as 10, right? You want to set 18 up, up. Everything is down. So that is going to be, look at it, this side is 10, 20, 40, 80. All right. Let's say you want to set this in 82. You put 8 up, 2 here up. Now it's going to broadcast in 82. Everything else should be done. Hopefully this is going to help you. This Model B is much easier to set this up than other earlier model. That's why I purchased this. Of course, when I bought it, I didn't know how to set this up, as I shared with you, with some research, and finally figured it out with their help. So hopefully this makes sense. So currently this set for channel 3. Again, 2 and 1 is up. All others, they are down, as you see. All right? Hopefully this is going to help you. I was able to find the manual for these bundles. If you need it, feel free to let me know. I will be glad to send it to you. Let me show you the back of this unit, how you set this up. This is back of the unit. Of course, the cord is hooked up right here. This is where the fuse is. Then this is RF out. This is where you hook up your antenna, going to be hooked up to here. For this unit, you need to have, some type of antenna be able to broadcast. That's the model number I share with you, AM6550B. Here it tells you, some of the, option that this one has, this unit. Here, there is a short cable like this that you hook up to RF in, and right here in the bottom it says, you see it right here, RF out. So from here, there's a cable need to be attached to here, otherwise it will not work. I didn't hook up anything here, So here where the audio going to be hooked up, see, this is where the video going to be hooked up. So, see, I am planning to use RCA cable. Here, of course, not a big deal. Let's just say it goes in here, can hook this up. But here I need some type of adapter. This is set up for the cable. So I need an adapter for this. I purchased adapter. This side is RCA. This side is actually, for the cable. That it goes right here. I screw it in. Then the yellow one goes right here. Yellow, as you know, is a video. You need to purchase that adapter. to make your job easier. Then we are ready to broadcast by adding that antenna. Let me show you the antenna that I purchased. This is the antenna that I purchased from eBay, about $10 or so. Of course, this is going to be extended. And it's very flimsy, I'll be honest with you. It's all plastic and it's cheaply made. You know, it's pretty light. You know, it's so hard to adjust it. But it works, believe it or not. At the end of it, it comes with something like this that you can actually plug it here into RF out. Alright, this is the setup, of course. The Amazon Fire Stick or Roku hooked up to this unit. This is the input, the output. The video is yellow, always is yellow. We're hooked up to the yellow section of this converter. Of course, the white hooked up to the white section of this converter. From here, it hooked up other side of the yellow again, as we discussed. This where the video is hooked up. That is the audio, as we shared earlier. One thing I want to mention about this, when you hook up this Amazon, it has enough power to run this one. This has the extension to actually hook up for the power right there, but I didn't hook it up because this Amazon Fire Stick actually has enough power to run both these units. I add the power to this unit and was no different at all, so I removed that. Just with this one is running the entire unit. You see what I'm talking about, the size wise? You know, I wish I had a space for this one, but this is too large to leave it anywhere in the area that I'm working, where my TVs are. Just I want to show this to you, see the comparison size wise. All right, now I'm broadcasting using this modulator. This is set to broadcast on channel 3. The good thing about this is if you set it in whatever channel you want, that you set it right here, it's going to broadcast the same channel on your TVs. It's not like that transmitter that was broadcasting a different channel. See, I set up the antenna right here in this table. That's where the TVs are. They're broadcasting pretty well. The issue with some of the TV, you know, the sound is not pretty great. And that's the antenna I'm using to broadcast. This is the same distance of the transmitter that I was broadcasting. But again, it's too large. It takes too much space. Again, I set this temporarily here to show you all this test. So let's set this up and broadcast to my analog TVs to see how it's performing. As you see that modulator, it transferred very well. The pictures comes okay. They're pretty clear, those two. But, you know, broadcasting much better than the other one. The only issue with this is, you know, one of my TV, the sound is not working pretty well with this modulator. The good thing again about this modulator, you set it in channel 3 or any channel you want, then it broadcasts the same channels in all your TV. That's what I like about this, because you don't need to set each TV in different channels to pick up the transmitter. Here they're all set in channel 3. VHF, of course. In conclusion, let me share with you which product performed better in this test. Of course, the direct connections, you know, using that mini HDMI to RCA converter at the cost of $7 delivered the best overall performance for the price. It is the most cost-effective and also straightforward option for a single vintage TV setup. If you are planning to broadcast to multiple TV, these are the products that I recommend. Number one, the CIMPLE company antenna amplifier. To use this product, you also need a RF modulator and a rabbit ear TV antenna. Why I recommend it? These amplifiers outperform other models in terms of signal strength and clarity. Number two is a GE indoor TV antenna amplifier. To use this product, you also need a RF modulator and require a rabbit ear TV antenna. Why I recommend it? The most budget-friendly option with solid performance. It comes close to matching the CIMPLE amplifier quality while cost around $20 less. Number three is Blunderton AM60 550B, which it supports NTSC and PAL. Since this is the modulator, you will also need a mini HDMI to RCA converter and a rabbit ear TV antenna. Why I recommend it? This is a used product typically found on eBay. It delivers the best picture quality among all other products that we tested. A downside, some TV may not receive audio properly. Due to its age, capacitor replacement may be required for optimal performance. It is best for the user comfortable with minor electronic repair and who have a space to accommodate a large device. Hopefully all this information help you. At this time, I want to take the opportunity and thank my subscribers with their uplifting comments. You always encourage me to upload more videos, since this is just a hobby of mine. Again, I appreciate you. Enjoy all these videos, and you all have an awesome day. Take care. If you're interested to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and you will be notified when a new video being uploaded. You have a great day.